All right, what's going on? It is another episode of Rad Gear, and I am your host, Rad. But today I have a very special guest, a staple in the Utah Airsoft wargame community, someone who knows what it takes to be Slav when it needs to be Slav, someone who knows what the Swedish uniform is, someone who knows how to wear alpenflage, the one and only Zander Contromanes, right over here. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Zander. This is a round of applause right here for him. Zander, introduce yourself to us, please.
Well, yeah, thank you so much, Rad, for letting me come onto the show today. I'm extremely excited to be here and talk Airsoft and all good things about shooting your friends in the desert. Really, like, where I come from has been, I've been working for the company under you guys with Ajax, our Salt Lake location, for about 4 years now.
Right.
So, been hosting games for about 2.5.
Right, and just to kind of cap that off right there, Xander does work at Tactical Airsoft Supply, which are the two airsoft shops that I have here in Salt Lake City. Xander's one of our managers in the Salt Lake store, and so if you ever have been through the store, you probably have met him. If you haven't met me, you've probably totally met Xander. And Ajax also works at the Salt Lake shop.
Yeah.
I run the Layton shop most of the times, and so I said, Xander, I need you in here, man. I need you to tell me about war games from your perspective, because there's nobody that does them quite like you. And with that said, I just want to drop this out real quick. I want to show the GoPro this little sneak peek before we're going to open this up in a little bit. So our sponsor today is Crate Club, and our sponsor pretty much every day is Crate Club. CrateClub.us. It's badass gear picked by badass dudes for badasses like yourself, and in this little style of a
I need to know what's
case.
in there.
I know.
need to know.
We'll open it later on towards the end of the show, and then we'll kind of expose what comes in this crate. I just got this in.
That's awesome.
So we'll see what comes in it. It's heavy. There's things in it. So we're going to set that back over here, but I just want to give a shout out to Crate Club, because without them, there's no this show right now. And I also want to give a shout out to Zach, who's behind the mic, the engineer board. There he is, and a mic. And the Ready Man Studios here at the Black Rifle Coffee Company headquarters in Salt Lake City. So all those guys get a shout out. Xander's been introduced. We know he's got a little bit of war games going on. And so here we go. So Xander, the first thing I want to ask you about is, what the hell is on my table right in front of me, dude?
Oh, boy.
What is this holstered, purple taped thing? I'm going to hold it up here.
Yeah, check this out.
Let me see this real quick. This is what I'm talking about. I'm just like, what are we doing here with this? What is this?
This is a really fun little training Glock that I've had for a fat minute now. This is probably about 2.5 years old.
I'm going to hand it to you so you can
perfect.
pull it out.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll
hold it and show us.
So this guy right here is completely clear. We're totally empty, all that good stuff. Thing racks and sounds and feels just like your regular G19 would. Fits all of your G19 holsters. This is a G19 holster for it.
And this is a Glock that we're holding. This is an airsoft version.
Yeah, this is
right?
exactly that. This is an airsoft version. And this is green gas, so it'll kick and it won't work in the cold. But other than that, for training purposes, being able to pull this out of your belt, and, you know, even looking at it, I get cops and stuff that come in the shop and are surprised that it's a toy, because it feels so much like their actual carry piece.
Yeah, you can disassemble it. Yeah. It just reassembles. And if I know what I'm doing here,
there we go. Yeah.
She's going to go.
That's all she wrote. Boom.
Right back on it, just like so, right?
Yeah.
So this is a sweet gold painted, worn, torn, green gas Glock pistol that has been by your side for how long?
Yeah, so about 2.5 years on this one, and I'm one of those people when it comes to my pistols, I usually, I'll flip it around, there you go.
What'd you do to the trigger?
So that guy, I used so a lot of dudes like to do stimpling and stuff, and this one I was kind of learning to stimple on an airsoft gun, because you don't really want to...
That's what I'm talking about. See his trigger? Yeah. Look at that little the divot in it right here.
Yeah, you don't really want to learn to stimple on your real stuff, so I like airsoft for that, because, you're
what a great way to talk about that. I never thought about
totally. Practice.
If you don't want to ruin your real gun, you can get an airsoft replica, and then you can practice your stippling on it with a soldering gun, right? Is that what you're using?
So wood burning tool is actually preferred by most people. Right? Yeah, I tried a soldering iron. That's why this one didn't come out so nice looking. It looks kind of porous, but anyhow, if you use a wood burning tool, you can make them look a lot cleaner. But airsoft is great for that, because I'm not dropping my nice $500 Glock and then messing it up with the soldering tool.
And you're always customizing your guns. I mean, like, you take a Glock pistol and turn it into a sniper rifle with a scope and like
duct tape
it doesn't look right
in there. Yeah, no, like we like to build some crazy guns at the shop in Salt Lake, because we have the boneyard. So a lot of people's stuff that ends up breaking or ending up, finally being recycled. Yeah, we're like, staring at some MP5 parts, staring at some SVD parts, and then before you know it, some duct tape, and
it is like this gun that you see,
it slowly
like,
comes to life.
Moved off the book of faces.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's you end up with something crazy like Borderlands, or that kind of feel for it.
Fallout, like a Division, Fallout 76. You playing that?
76, not so much.
Fallout
4 mostly. Yeah, 4 in New Vegas were like, I'm a big Fallout guy too.
Yeah, so. What are you playing right now? Just Fallout, or what? Is there any game that you got on your mind?
If I'm talking like what I'm playing right now, it'd probably be the Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
How's
just
that?
Because it's freaking amazing. I could probably talk the whole cast about it, but you pretty much
tell me more about it. I'm interested.
I'm gonna tell you more about it. But you get essentially your own oil rig, and you're in Afghanistan in the 80s, and you ride around on a horse, and you fight the Russian government. I love it. Yeah. It's super fun, and then you could call in airstrikes, do whatever. The missions are kind of up to you how you want to solve it. So if you want,
is it got multiplayer or is it game mode?
Both. So it's got a full open world for one player, and then the multiplayer is kick-ass too, where it's got like really both.
So I've had previous guests on who have talked about playing games. It's a regular topic, right? This is something that's in our lives. We can't.
I PC games, so I play like PC constantly.
Master Race. Zach, I want to see your face. PC.
Is he back there too? Yeah, my boy.
Dude, PC mustard race.
Mustard race, yeah. Zach's all about
Getting
it.
None of that ketchup.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you playing that Escape from Tarkov at all?
Ooh, so I do play a little Escape from Tarkov. I will admit those games like Fortnite and PUBG are a little slow paced for me, where my problem is I get bored.
Don't tell me, yeah.
So like Escape from Tarkov, I gave it probably a good 20 hours of running around and chasing people down with a knife before I realized you could buy stuff before you actually like dropped into the map, and then the game was a lot of fun.
So you're running around with a knife.
You're kind of running around
20
naked.
hours of gaming.
I was running around naked for a fat minute before I realized you could buy stuff before you jumped in.
That's like me on PUBG. I was running into the blue zone. When I first started playing,
you had no idea. Yeah.
I was like, wait, the blue, I should go into it. And it's
it's so inviting. It's so inviting.
So the next time I was like, I should go into the red circle. The red circle, I have to get there. So I'm like driving a car into the red circle.
Yikes.
That's not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
But now I know you're supposed to land in Pachinki with the rest of the squad.
Yeah, right? I know. And it's one of those games that totally like you learn from dying, and it's kind of like Airsoft because you got to learn from dying. You kind of figure out what works. You throw a rock that way, the guard looks, you can move. Obviously, if he doesn't look, you probably shouldn't walk.
Right, just like Solid Snake. Throw it over there, and then he turns into a box and sneaks right by. That's a great segue into Airsoft again, because using Airsoft can help you prepare for war games, war games can help you be prepared for just everyday searching your house, clearing your rooms, being prepared. If you have a backpack and you're all like, I'm EDC, everyday carry, this ready to go, zombies are coming. Are you really?
Yeah. So you know what I love is I always have people ask me, because we sell vests at the shop, and they ask me I want like level 3 body armor and steel plates and yada yada, and I personally run some LBT lightweight body armor because it's lightweight, and I kind of like to think that if I'm quicker, I'm less likely to take said bullets, and I'm not going to need the plates. But if I'm like a slow moving target, probably just going to take those hits. So
you everyday carry.
So yeah, and I'm an everyday carry kind of guy, and I'm all about lightweightness and not going over the top as far as like you don't need the steel plates. And the big thing is a lot of these people that want the steel plates and stuff don't ever run in them. No. So it's like you go.
They don't ever train in them.
No, they don't train in them. And Airsoft gives you an opportunity to throw this and your 8 other magazines onto a belt and run up the hill
and watch it fall out
and watch it all fall. Yeah, exactly.
Put it back together
and realize how stupid you are, and then you go, okay, I need to take that apart and redo it. And before you know it, you look where like I'll get airsofters that'll come in their first month. They end up coming in, they kind of look like your basic zombie apocalypse survivor with mismatched camo and yada yada. And then, before you know it, they've been playing for 6 months. They come in, they're wearing a Haley Strategic, super slick chest rig, slick belt. They just have exactly what they need.
They figured it out.
They figure it out. Yeah. You trim and you cut the fat, really, as you figure out what you don't need.
You might just need a battle belt with 2 mags
exactly.
and a tourniquet and, something on you.
Yeah. Like I really like the Rats tourniquet because it's so small. Like, that thing, I'll just stuff it. Like I wear cargos all the time. I'll just stuff it in my bottom pockets and stuff.
Right, and that's a really quick wrap-around style tourniquet that just cinches.
Exactly.
And that's something to carry. That's always easy to carry, and that's the Rats tourniquet.
And I really feel like if you're going to be carrying a gun, you probably should carry a tourniquet too. Or if you're not going to carry a gun, it's really your job to carry a tourninet, exactly. I see
my
dudes,
belt can only do so much.
Exactly. And like you see dudes that are like rocking, I EDC and I've got 3 mags and 3 knives, and it's like, okay, but you don't have a tourniquet. So
I saw a picture on Instagram one time of somebody who was like they showed their kit of what they carry every day, and I was like, man, how many knives do you need?
Yeah, holy crap. Is it Iraqistan?
Is that a thing? I mean, is it like, do you need that many? Because I carry a Leatherman.
Yeah.
And that's got a knife
like
on it.
One to rule them all.
Yeah, it's one rule them all. And then a tourniquet, if it's not my Eagle Industries cinch to shut belt. Yeah. That just cinches on its own around my waist.
No, I got you.
Then it's a Rats tourniquet as well for that type of a go bag. But I mean, we do see a lot of those everyday carries that do come into the airsoft shops.
Oh, totally.
And they come in and they look at us a little differently, like, oh, this is an airsoft shop. And we're like, yeah, it is. What do you want? How can we help you at 30% off of a regular gun store price?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're like, oh, wait, you mean this Condor map pack for $39.99 here with a bladder, which is $69.99 at your other gun store, is the same thing?
It's the same. Yeah. And I think another misconception from like Airsoft and Real is really like they kind of get this like image from, you know, like the media and stuff. They think like, oh, Airsoft's just a bunch of dudes running around the backyard shooting the Walmart guns at each other. Yeah.
Right.
And there are. Yeah. And there are people still shooting each other with the clear Springer plastic guns, but it's really evolved from being essentially a game of tag with overpowered Nerf guns to where these overpowered Nerf guns are completely quiet or suppressed.
And now they're being used by the United States military for training. Yeah, we're
training with them.
Right.
And it's, you know, like, well, golly, you can look at sim rounds. And if I want to go out and train with sim, say I come around a corner, I get shot in the neck, I'm out for the day.
Simunitions, right?
Yeah, and simunitions, yeah. Like I'm talking like
a
the
fake
chalk.
bullet. It's a soap charge inside of that. I think a soapy, waxy fill, right?
Yeah.
And I'm only explaining that because I want people listening to know that we're talking about simunition rounds that law enforcement, military use. And what happens is that sim round goes through the real muzzle of a real rifle.
So you would use a real pistol for that.
Yeah, and it streaks it and it leaves wax and residue and gunk and grime. And that's money cleaning it and time cleaning it. Where Airsoft, it's like pop, 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 pop.
That's
pop.
what this is for. It's like, that's the other thing is, you know, again, if I want to go to the range and shoot my real guns, I just go boop. And
you pull out your
whatever.
Yeah, your holster. Your Glock holster is the same Glock holster for your Glock.
Yeah, exactly.
We were just kind of messing around with it with some of the staff here, and checking out their old holsters.
Oh yeah, we just had a guy who's appendix, and he's just shoving it right in. He's like, "Holy crap,
it fits right there."
Yeah, dude, and it's like you can sit and shoot that in your garage, and the wife isn't gonna scream at you,
and and the neighbors aren't gonna mind either, and they might just be interested. Yeah, you can actually have an airsoft training session with your family wearing safety equipment in the house. It's like, okay, Xander, you're the attacker,
assailant,
and Mom, you're the defender.
Yeah, totally.
So, Mom, save me.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I'll even let you guys know, like, there's something funny I'll do with. I've got a friend at the shop in Salt Lake. He works in the back, and he keeps
What's his name? Let's give him credit.
Ooh, okay. So you know, Perrin, our favorite ginger.
Yeah, we love Perrin.
Well, I always give him a hard time, and I got yelled at from Ajax because I'd cut the Q-tips in half. But if you cut a Q-tip in half and you stuff it down the barrel, and you throw gas in there, you can shoot them, and they're accurate and they hurt.
Yeah, Ajax loves his Q-tips, bro. You gotta know that about him.
Yeah, I know. I've started buying them myself, so I don't shoot the shop Q-tips anymore. I know. Yeah, he's weird about it.
He uses Q-tips. Like,
well, he uses them to clean everything.
His ears.
To get into the. Is that why he's chewing me out so bad?
Probably.
The
Q-tips, they're probably for his ears.
He's got this thing. Into his, like,
Ajax digs, dude. No, he digs in his. He's got a Q-tip thing.
Oh man,
he don't know it. He won't admit it. He don't admit he snores. But I've slept in the same bed with him, and he snores. And every time I go to record it, he stops.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, there he goes.
And then he'll wake up and be like, "You were snoring." He's like, "Prove it." And I'm like, "God, dude, I'm gonna record you, bro." SHOT Show 7 days in a row. It's like, but I snore.
Yeah, and see, you just snore. No, I remember that from Lion Claw and whatnot, where it's like we'd hear everything. It would almost be like the whole room of like 6 people would be snoring, and then it would go quiet, and then Rad would almost be like a wave coming in, just like, and it would crash over, and then everybody else would start snoring again. It was like, oh my god,
Rad's wave to break the wave, dude.
Yeah, it was like Rad snores like the one to like set everyone off, where everybody else would kind of like stop, and then it would like hit off.
It's all
again.
in chain of command. We can't snore till a rat snores.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, yeah, it's enemy already. Like, I guess so.
That's so funny. No, Lion Claws is a game that we've gone to on several occasions, and that's out in California at the old Victorville George Air Force Base, which is now the Victorville Logistics Center.
Yeah.
Okay, and they fly like FedEx and rubber dog shit cargo planes to Hong Kong. Is that the Top Gun quote?
Something like that.
Someone put it in the comments. Give me the comments from Top Gun in there. But nonetheless, they also do Predator drone training out there. Ooh. And we've been out there fighting while they're sitting there flying those drones around.
Yeah, we were hearing some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, and it's like, then it goes, quiet. Because what they're doing is they're spinning the motor on the back of the Predator drone, and they kill it, and then it just glides.
Yeah, and it just chills. Yep.
And it's so quiet, and we're up there watching it, and the whole time, and then all of a sudden it's like, whap, 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 you're getting shot.
Yep.
Because you're distracted by a drone flying over you, like an actual, like, Border Patrol
Death drone.
Because they're training out there in the deserts with them. Yeah, and here we are running around this whole housing complex playing war games where they can lock onto us and track our movement.
Well, I was going to even say that's a good segue for the tracking thing. I don't know if you guys have been following before, but if you saw the little blurb we did where Rad gets shot in the middle of a building talking about the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was both of us, and we both got shot while he was talking about the radio.
We did this commercial. Like, okay, so me and Zander have been moving around for like 20 minutes looking for anybody to shoot inside of these buildings. And then we finally said,
Seems clear.
I said, hey, Zander, hey, dude, let's do like a 1 minute little quick like Baofeng radio radio for Crate Club and Loadout Room. He's like, okay, no problem. So he takes my camera, and I'm like, yo, rad to War Machine, and they're talking on the radio. Yeah, War Machine, what do you want? Next thing you know, whap whap, we get shot. Like the only two guys in the whole area finally.
Like we had to have been clear for like a good 20 minutes of not seeing anybody. We thought we were on the edge of the map.
Yeah, we thought we were
there's
coming
nobody
from
out
behind.
here. We'll be fine. We can make an ad. We'll be good.
You could go to loadoutroom.com and you can see the commercials. Xander helped me edit it together, and we actually got the pictures of the two guys that shot us. I said, hold on, let me get a picture of this. And I said, Xander edited it, and actually it's gotten a ton of hits on
people are liking it, yeah.
It's on YouTube, loadoutroom.com, or on loadoutroom.com. You can see Rad getting shot in the rib cage. Dude, that hurt.
Oh, I know, yeah. I was close too.
At the moment, I was just like holding the mic. I was like, God, this just happened.
Yeah, no.
How many times have I gotten shot trying to get an interview in the game with someone, dude? It's not even funny. But that's what is unique about me, is I'm out there fighting. I'm out there doing these war games. We're training these young individuals. How old were you when I met you?
Oh, geez. I got into it when I was about 14. And I'm 21 now.
Yeah, so about 7 years we've been knowing of each other.
Running around, yeah.
Yeah, and you've been with me for about 3 to 5 years of that.
Yeah, so at the shop, I think it's almost 4 years now.
4 years, yeah. And so thank you for all of your hardcore dedication to the sport. I've been digging it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Couldn't ask for a better job.
So Xander will host games, and he'll post them up on Utah Airsoft on Facebook. So if you go to facebook.com/Utah Airsoft, you'll go to the Utah Airsoft page, and there's events there, and you can join in on all of our conversations. You can join in on the games. Xander usually hosts like a Russian side style fight against like maybe
like more NATO,
more NATO, or even sometimes civilian clothing, and then we'll combine those games that he does into our huge Camp Williams games, where Xander is in charge. So we do have a Camp Williams game coming up that you will be. We'll have one coming up.
Yeah.
You're going to be the commander of it.
Yeah, of course.
Are you cool with that?
No, of course, yeah.
So that's official. So Xander's going to be the commander of that. And that's going to be going down probably in August.
Yeah, August.
So when this airs, we're not sure what day that'll be, but it either is going to be in the future.
The space-time continuum.
Or the past.
I don't know.
Or the present.
Either way, I'll be at Williams with a bunch of Russians.
Exactly, with a bunch of Russians on one side, and then we have the whole NATO on the other side, which is usually led by someone who has some airborne status or blue cord on his... Tingy. That name's going to get said a lot on my podcast. He's actually going to be a guest on the next sessions that I'm going to put together. So we'll have Tingy on talking about.
Set up some booby traps in his room or something. I tell you what, man.
Dude, he's a stud.
Do something.
He's a stud. Kid who wanted to go to the Air Force and then went to the Army.
No, he's like, geez, I know, it's so funny. I always see his Snapchats and stuff, him shooting 240s and stuff. And I'm like,
yeah, he's.
Why you got to rub it in?
He's just one step away from really that green beanie on his head,
seriously.
dude.
Yeah,
he's a stud. So without keeping the show all about Tingy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is the Tingy show now.
It could become the Tingy show. But Xander, when you're out there playing war games and the communications are going off and everything is going fine, how you feeling? What's going through your mind when everything is just flowing right?
I mean, I'd say it's just a lot of fun because you got the intensity going on and you got the not really knowing what's going to happen next. It's almost like you're watching a movie, but you get to live it. And the best parts of a video game all blended into one big, awesome medium that your brain is just taking in.
It's true.
When everything's flowing right and everybody's having a good time, you're shooting, arms flying up, and you just know it's going right and you're capturing flags. It's just the best feeling ever. And I think that's what really gets people hooked.
Right.
It's that taking that flag, it's that shooting that dude in the face, it's that pulling out your Glock when they're 10 feet away from you and they have no idea you're in that bush. It's just tons of fun. You don't know what's going to happen next. Your blood's pumping, and then when you do hear that pop and you get hit, you kind of either get a relief or like a disappointment. And
right.
you learn from it. Yeah. So it's like,
okay, fine. I don't have to go up this mountain no more. It's shot.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I died. It's like, yeah, I snuck around for 20 minutes and died, but I stuck around for 20 minutes behind a bunch of dudes and they had no idea I was there. Yeah. So, you really got to kind of learn and pick up, and then, you go back and you do it again. You go touch a flag and you're right back in. So it's not like,
no, and you become a wave after wave after wave after wave because you respawn at you. Yeah, you become a new life.
Exactly.
So if you have a 5-on-5 game and you guys allow 3 respawns per game, that's actually 15 on 15.
Yeah,
because every time that dude dies, he gets 3 more respawns. So that's 3 dudes to 1 dude. So it actually turns into hardcore warfare. I think.
Oh no,
just
I
without
agree.
napalm, no death involved.
See, and I think the best thing is really between war reenactments and stuff, I looked into that as a kid, always thinking the Vietnam guys was like, oh, that's so cool. But a lot of it, you're dressing up, you're hanging out, you're going out, you pretend to get shot, and you just lay down in a field, and that's kind of the gist
for reenactors.
Yeah, that's kind of where it ends. Where it's with Airsoft, I get hit, I go touch a flag, and I'm back in. So if I want to walk and take my time or just lay there and watch people fight, I can. but I'm not really taken out of the game unless I want to be taken out of the game.
And like,
you know what I mean?
And like we have a game coming up that we can mention. It's called Nomsoft, and it's our annual Vietnam tribute. Like we welcome those vets home.
Oh, 100%.
Like that's it. It's like you never got welcomed home from Vietnam. Well, welcome home from me to you personally. You know, if you're a veteran that has served in Vietnam and no one ever gave you the time of day, well, we love you and we appreciate all you ever did for your battle buddies in Vietnam.
Oh, for everybody, yeah, no. So for America, for the country, for
everything, right?
Over there, yeah.
And that's what Nomsoft to me is to represent. It's like, hey, thanks guys. Thanks for wearing OD greens, crappy boots.
Yeah, I was gonna say really the shittiest boots.
Seeing boys drafted,
they're like 17.
Put into a situation, napalm, Agent Orange, AK-47 rounds coming at you, falling asleep on ambush, hauling
Barnes,
homies out.
No, dude, it's
all of that. Yeah, Barnes, dude, platoon.
Yeah,
you know, Junior. If I ever catch you sleeping on ambush again.
Yeah, that's exactly when you said that. That's all I could think of. I was like, Junior,
yeah, and as soon as you said that, it started kicking into me too. But it's true. Like these guys, you know, I've talked to some vets. My dad was a Vietnam veteran. It's like, you know, welcome home. And that's what Nomsoft, I want you to know, is to me, is just a welcome home. And then we just pay homage. So everybody's going to be all OD greens or woodland inspired reenacting style uniforms.
Yeah. So, you know,
you were Charlie Sheen one year.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you showed up with the red bandana. You're like, what's up? Craig ain't here. Craig's dead. This here's the new Craig. This is
Craig's
Charlie. Yeah. What's up, Elias?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, man. We all get crazy into it. Like this year I've put together, I got a full US kit, but I've set up a full Viet Cong kit. But the thing that's also fun with it is really like, I've talked earlier, we're into video games and stuff. And I like finding a character and going, I want to stick with that. And I kind of took, our favorite guy, Robert Downey Jr. from his Lead Farmer.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I was like, I was going through the thrift store.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, from Tropic Thunder. I was going through the thrift store the other day and I found some like really just hilarious blue, like Asian themed pajamas that are just perfect for perfect for VC.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just getting those, I paid maybe $10 and then getting some leg wraps and some sandals, or maybe $20.
Oh, yeah, dude. So you're going to be like, I'm a lead farmer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to look like a lead farmer. You know, I've spent maybe $30 and it's, you know, I'm going to be probably one of the cooler looking dudes out there, you know.
Now, you know what? I know you show off your stuff on Instagram. Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Zach, I think you may have his Instagram kind of chilling, waiting for us to show a little bit. And for those of you just listening that aren't able to see what we're about to talk about, Xander, you're ZC_tactical. It's Zulu Charlie _tactical. So ZC_tactical on Instagram. But what we have right here is like something that has about 75,000 views that you did. And we see you standing here. Why don't you explain to us what's about to happen?
Okay, yeah. So this right here is actually with that cool Glock that I was holding up to the GoPro, if you saw that. So it's with the G23. It's hooked up to a high-pressure air system.
That's amazing.
That's semi. So that's just my finger on that.
So you're running HPA on this?
Yeah, so I'm running a tank like you would for a paintball gun. So I can run this pistol in the winter, in the cold, in the heat, whatever. It's just always going to work, and it makes your shots as consistent as possible. So you get pretty much perfect consistency for every shot.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And you look great, too. You're like, draw.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're super fun. And that's with a 50-round magazine. I only had probably around 20 shots or something like that in it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can keep going as long as you've got rounds to feed. So
that's awesome, dude. And by the way, you're my first guest to ever have a clip put into their podcast. Thanks, Zach, dude. You're awesome, bro. As an engineer, dude, he's like, I can do that.
Yeah, he's like, I got you.
He's like,
Thank
I got
you,
you.
Zach. Thank you.
I got you. Hey, listen, you have the letter Z in your name. You search the letter Z. We got to stick together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got the Z gang going right now. So we're gonna start that trending.
Z Radel over here. Yeah, I am Z Radel. I could be Aaron Z Radel. I have my papers. I can show you.
I have my papers.
Let me be Z Radel with you, please.
So good. You have to go to
It's good. I will talk like Russian for the rest of Boris. Yes, you like craigclub.us. Yes, it's good stuff, huh?
I was gonna say,
it's nice.
You bring up the.
The Slav.
You bring up the Adidas thing, and I wore Adidas here. So that only makes it worse.
Yes, the Slav is coming out in you. The nature of your internal style, yes, is good.
It is good.
I like it.
Very nice.
Hello. Hi. Hello, Boris.
Hello.
Snipers may wear diapers, but they get all the ladies.
Something like that, yes.
It is good. Bay of Pigs, Cuba. Where were you at? Mason.
Huh? Yeah, no, it just makes me think of Black Ops 1. Bay of Pigs.
Snipers may wear diapers, bro.
What do they mean?
Mason. Bay of Pigs.
I was gonna say, like, when I walked in here and there was all the cameras first, I kind of got that vibe, like this might be.
We're about to strap you into some leather.
Yeah,
bro.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, yeah, man, I walk over here, you got axes and everything out in the other room, And then I go to the front door and it's locked.
That's right. You're not getting out.
I'm like, this is gonna probably be like the last podcast I ever do, and first.
Yeah, first and last.
Yeah, first and last.
Yeah, but it's gonna be the best.
Not gonna get out of here alive, probably.
No, and you're at the Ready Man Studios, and if I didn't drop that at the beginning,
right? Yeah,
Ready Man Studios here is like an incubator of brainstorming.
Oh no, everybody I've met's been really cool. Yeah, walking through the halls, I'm like, wow,
designing, YouTube, creating, life-saving, tactical axes. I mean, hatchets. Jeff Kirkham, who is the founder of Ready Man, I'm gonna say that, and also like of Black Rifle Coffee. Yeah, that's where we're headquartered at right now.
No, I know, it's crazy.
In Salt Lake City, in our backyard.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
I drive by this place all the time and I smell coffee.
It's like
I'm like, they're roasting.
I know. Yeah, it's like
all Salt Lake City knows they're roasting. Do you have a permit to roast so much?
Yeah, right.
BlackRifleCoffeeCompany.com. I don't know if that's your .com, but Google Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It is good.
It's like really good coffee. That's the thing that kills me. So when it comes to my coffee, I'm like a white teenage girl when it comes to my coffee. Okay. All right, I dump sugar in that. I dump milk in that. I dump honey sometimes. Like, I'm gonna make it sweet. I want a dessert. All right, my teeth better hurt when I drink that cup of coffee. Okay, and Black Rifle is the only stuff that I can drink like almost black. Like, I'll throw like 1 or 2 sugars in there, and I'm still.
And you like it. You're okay with it.
I like it. The flavor is there. It's fresh. It's good.
Like, I think you're hired, bro.
You're making me thirsty.
I think they might need a barista out front, like part-time, not on your shift at work.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, no, they cannot confuse you.
Yeah, no, they can't conflict.
At the shop. No, you're the best Airsoft guru guy that can talk about it, that knows what's up, that hosts games, that wears all sorts of uniforms, that gets 75,000 views on his Instagram, one video that modifies something into something out of nothing.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know, it's almost like you mix a little bit of cosplay, ingenuity, and Indiana Jones together.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'd have to say, like, Harrison Ford's probably somebody I'd say, like, I wish I could have modeled myself more after.
Well, you still can.
Star Wars, dude.
You still can.
Oh, yeah, but easy. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that's like a goal. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, he was in Apocalypse Now. You know that, right?
I know. That's the thing that kills me. That was like
his first show.
I know. That killed me. I was watching that the other night, and I'm like, there's Harrison Ford in the beginning eating breakfast.
He's like, here's this file.
Yeah, he's like, here's your file.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, that's it. And I was like, man, you're like,
And you know that Indy wasn't supposed to be Raiders of the Lost Ark. Harrison Ford. It was supposed to be Tom Selleck.
Oh, you're kidding.
From Magnum P.I.
I had no idea.
But he was doing Magnum P.I. and he couldn't get out of his contract. Oh. And so they said, you're stuck in Hawaii with your mustache and Magnum P.I. And they were like, well, he wants to be Indiana Jones. And so Star Wars was like, look, I'm not trying to like just use Han Solo, Harrison Ford in every single movie, but he's now Indiana Jones.
I mean, I'm not mad though.
That's true. No, I'm not mad.
That's great.
I couldn't be. Although I could see Tom Selleck being Indy.
See, I don't know. Like,
he's got the mustache, he's got the stature, he's got that whole.
I know. Just when I think of Indy, though, I was just thinking like kind of like a clean shaven. Yeah, I just think of Harrison Ford. I don't know. Like, it's always I'm
just saying he could. I'm not saying that he should.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm like, I don't know if I could see Harrison Ford with a mustache. That would kind of.
I would rather see Tom Hanks in. Not Tom Hanks. I would rather see Tom Hanks. I love you, Tom Hanks. I mean Tom Selleck in 4.5 Men, maybe, or 3 men and a baby.
Yeah.
4 men and a baby again.
Something like that. Yeah, dude.
5 men and a baby.
5 men and a baby. Yeah. Well, Charlie Sheen can't do anything anymore.
It's like they're all the dads.
Yeah, everybody. You just have like the intro. The intro has the piano like off key. They're just like, we don't know how we got here.
That is so awesome. And again, I just want to say that I'm going to go to my GoPro here. So we have a Hero GoPro that's installed here at the Ready Man Studio. GoPro, if you're out there. I just want to give a shout out to one of my sponsors today, which is the Original Pancake House here in Utah. Original Pancake House. They got 3 locations. One in Sugar House, like on 21st South. Yeah. One in Lehigh, which is brand new for all those techies out there. Ooh. And then one in Sandy. And go check out Original Pancake House. Tell them Rad sent you. Or just go get some delicious hash browns.
The best hash browns.
Tell them to make them extra crispy.
Yep. I was just about to say that.
So
I was like,
true.
oh, dude,
they make a really good egg.
That's the other thing. Yeah, no, it's like, you know, I'm a big breakfast guy too. Like, I love my IHOP and I love my Village Inn and stuff.
Those are good.
And they're good, but like, it's like Pancake House just takes the cake out.
I have to say that IHOP and those others are there just to pick up like those that don't want to wait the hour to get in here.
That's
like,
exactly
let's go eat at IHOP. All right, fine. They don't have a wait.
Right. See,
Original Pancake House is like an hour.
Oh, really? I was gone when it's been a little more mellow.
Maybe in Sugar House it might be a little different.
That's
but the most badass one, which is in Sandy.
Yep.
I'm not biased.
Wonder why.
No, right? And hey, look here. Look what I have right here.
We're about that time.
We're getting about that time. I have the Crate Club kit, this hard case. Should we open it and see what's inside of it?
I gotta know.
Okay, so here, we're going to go ahead and just open it up. We have all the time in the world together. Time is just a number.
It's ticking down. We've got like 28 seconds.
What is in here? Look at. Okay, so we got a Mylar blanket. Okay, that'll come in handy when we want to snuggle. right there. Mylar blanket. Oh, this is cool. A little whistle.
Oh, it's like a little aluminum guy. That's really cool.
That's cool. Oh. I dropped it.
We'll find it.
What is this? This is like your... this is a wire.
Is that a garrote wire?
It's a saw. It's a finger saw. Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Zit, so you can finger saw. And it looks like you got like a paracord bracelet with probably flint and steel inside of it. Yes, you do, actually, right here.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, you have like this nice little striker right here. And inside of it...
It's like built into the buckle so it doesn't get damaged.
If you ever saw that show called Dude, You're Screwed, where they drop these guys off in the middle of nowhere, they're always trying to smuggle stuff. They're always wearing it.
Yep.
Like the one dude, he had a fire striker up his nose.
Oh, that's smart.
And they're like, he didn't get this one from me. And he pulls out this balloon, and inside of it was this fire striker. And they're like, bro, do we really need to start checking nostrils?
Yeah, they're like, we're going to have to x-ray you before you come onto the scene.
Compass, though. And in Airsoft, dude, whenever I go to like a different location or out in the desert, I need to know northwest
easy.
Communication. It's like, I'm north of you. Just like on video games these days, I like how they have a compass.
Right, I know. I love the compass above my head because it just does the work for me.
I'm at 180. If you're like 180, you know northeast, west, south are each, 360, 0, etc. And then you have like this cool knife.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, this is cool, man. It's got the seatbelt cutter on it. This all just came in my crate club.
Yeah.
So I just got that. I'm gonna let you check this knife out. Here, check this out. Flip that open.
Ooh, I feel cool already.
It's got a cool flashlight. It's got a breaker on the front of it so that if you need to break a window to get out, you can do that right here. What a cool piece of kit. Oh, hey, look. It's one of those cards.
Those are sweet, yeah.
Look at. It's one of these.
Take that everywhere with you.
Yeah, you got all sorts of different types. That's like a bottle opener, and you've got like, all sorts of screwdriver components.
Another fire striker.
You got a knife. You got some paracord all lined up right here. So, I mean, this came in my crate club. I'm going
to be straight up. I dig the case, too, because you just, imagine taking everything out of here, putting it into your kit, and then using this guy for something else,
Fire striker? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
That gives you fire. Speaking of Tom Hanks, I created fire. This would do it for you.
I'm going to be talking to my Mountain Dew bottle by the end of the podcast.
But the thing is that this was just one piece that came in my crate club. I just took something to bring in to talk about. I got a box of other things that came with this. And so if you go to Crate Club, you sign up for like a tier and you might be able to get something cool picked by Navy SEALs, Special Forces, CIA guys.
Well, I think I remember, didn't you get a body armor one time for the
Crye Precision.
Yeah, you got Crye Precision soft armor.
That was in the premium crate.
And you shot that, and we still had the flatten rounds for like 6 months. Those were awesome.
And if you want to come into the shop up in Layton, I have it on the counter.
It's still there?
Yeah, it is. And it has the slug still in it. And people come up all the time and they feel the body armor and they feel the slug and they look at it and they're like, it didn't go through.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, no, 9mm Smith & Wesson. That was Snake Bosses, who's my guest coming up on another session soon.
He's coming up soon, yeah.
Master cosplayer.
Awesome, dude. He built a dinosaur out of literal garbage. It was nuts.
He built a dinosaur. Insane. He built the dude from Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And he built the dinosaur that he rode. And then he goes to these huge Comic-Cons and he walks around on the dinosaur riding it.
Yeah, you got to see what people's reactions are to him doing his stuff, though. That's the crazy.
Hey, we will.
Yeah, people just he's got some, I don't want to spoil nothing, but yeah, he's insane.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be coming up on another episode. And so right now, who I'm talking with is Xander. It's ZC_tactical on Instagram. He's also on Facebook if you want to go check out Utah Airsoft. And then Xander, we're going to start wrapping the show.
Yeah.
Right? But I've loved having you on here. You've been in the same realms as Labor and Delivery RN, as a 30-year Green Beret. And there's you, bro, a staple of the Utah Airsoft community, a huge part of probably the whole Airsoft community. Whether everyone knows it or not, I do. And you mean the world to me when you go out there and you host those games and you get these guys going and fighting. And when you're doing your thing and I'm watching you and you're flanking and you got that like skeletal robotic thing that you just like turn around with, that arm thing that you made, dude.
Yeah, that thing's pretty sweet. Yeah.
That's on your Instagram, right?
We'd have to dig for a while. But yeah, at one point I watched Aliens pretty late at night and I bought a bunch of medical braces from a thrift store.
Yeah.
And I threw together essentially a third arm that held a Russian PKM and then an M4 zipped together off of it. And so you had a free arm and then it would just dangle at about your hip. So pretty much you just would point, your groin towards whatever, and that's what would hit.
And it would just go with you. It would just
would go. Yeah, it was nuts. It was awesome.
And Xander, you do so much of that kind of stuff. I'm going to have you back on the show at another time.
I'd love to. No, this would be awesome.
This is the first time of many times that I'm going to have you on the show. So Xander, do you have anything that you want to pitch? Do you have a show, a book? Do you have a movie coming out?
Right?
An album to drop? Tell me.
I do have a movie. I helped out with. So I have a movie. It's going to be on Netflix in about a month and a half, is what my guy was telling me. It's going to be called Saya.
Saya.
Saiya, and it's gonna be like an action flick where you.
I've seen. I think I saw a little snippet of you.
Yeah, so I play a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. Won't tell you more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any more, but I just play a bad guy in it, and that's gonna be coming out in like a month or so. So you guys got to check that out.
That'll be on Netflix.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff with Utah has been going on recently.
And then you're gonna be on this podcast, which is coming out in a little while, and we're not gonna give a date because we're not sure the exact date.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for coming on to this show, bro.
No, thank you for having me. It's been so much fun. Yeah.
And I do know that there's something that you're kind of a part of, and that's the OUR. Is that OUR? You want to tell me a little bit about what OUR stands for?
For sure. So, I mean, on a little bit less of a fun note, so we do a little bit of charity through the Airsoft community here, and I've got a friend, Caleb Ray Reeves, and he really runs a lot of it for Utah. And we help him out with that too, and we kind of pitch towards that. But it's Operation Underground Railroad that raises money to raise awareness and actually like do something about sex trafficking with children.
That's right.
So they get a bunch of guys that are essentially actual, old CIA cops, FBI, hard heavy hitters, door kickers, dudes that actually get on the ground and use your dollar for good. And, they take plane tickets, they go over, they get in with, the predators and stuff like they're going to be a buyer. As gross as it has to be.
They have to.
And they get in as essentially a buyer. And then before you know it, you've got, Nepalese police storming the place or whatever.
Right.
And you've got 50 girls that are no longer being sold.
That's true.
50, and it's girls, boys, it's awful. But
I think that's a very big known charity too. I think, and that it's really focused here in Utah because it's headquartered here, I believe.
I think
Operation Underground Railroad. At least I've seen his car going up and down the freeway here with the OUR on the side of it. So I just want to say it is a great charity. We've given to it year after year after year.
I think we did like almost 10,000 last year.
Yeah.
It was like
that's Airsofters coming together.
Airsofters coming together with
donating.
Game. Yeah.
And then I think somebody matched it. So if you're listening and you just want to match the donations that come in for the OUR game that Noble Surf, aka Caleb Reeves, usually puts on, with support from Tactical Airsoft Supply.
100%, yeah.
If you're a manufacturer, you should probably be supporting these games that we're putting on because we're just going to be bringing it back to you full circle.
And a good way to think of this, if you're in the firearms community, is think of what your kid wants to buy when they've gotten between that spot between Nerf and a 22.
Yeah.
And you want to shoot something that's not paper. Well, you're going to be looking paintball, gets expensive and messy.
Right.
Or you've got airsoft, and you can either go cheap and get something that breaks, or you can go a little nicer and get what you pay for.
You can get everything you want. You get Dale Defense quad rail.
You can go nuts.
You get Noveski gas blocks, muzzle brakes. I mean,
crazy. Yeah.
You could get G&G Predator.
Oh, there's
style.
the third arm. He found it.
Oh,
he found
did?
the third arm. He fomed it.
Oh,
yep,
right
that's
there.
it. Yep,
Can
that's
you click
it.
on that?
Yeah,
Is that possible?
You see some smokes flying out of my face and stuff. Yeah, there's the third arm PKM M4 gnarly.
So he made a third arm.
Alien setup.
That is correct.
So, that thing was really fun.
Wow, I mean that's airsoft, man. It's just like, and then you being so young and being the next generation that's going to take over, this could just become something maybe in the military one day. I mean, you're the designer. You're just creating these fun little things.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
right now they're using the Xbox controller to move the robot.
Right. And like the
funniest
what I'm saying.
You get me?
Well, we even went to, when we went to Pendleton, we were talking with all the crazy Marines and stuff.
Crazy Marines.
The crazy Marines.
Yeah,
man,
tell me you're not crazy. Comment down below right now.
That's right.
Tell me you're not crazy, Crayon.
Oh, dude.
So crazy Marines.
Okay, when I say crazy Marines, I mean like biceps the size of, like big. Yeah. And we're talking with them, and I walked over and I was wearing my 1694, and I remember Rad was like, "Hey, come talk gear with them," and I was wearing good belt, good vest, but I was wearing a tracksuit pants, and then I think it was a tracksuit top, so I looked pretty ridiculous. And they were all sitting there looking at my gear and feeling at it, and they're like, "Oh, too bad they won't stop anything." And it's like, "Oh, well, this is actually soft armor, blah blah blah," and these dudes that have been in the Marines for 10, 20 years are like blown away by this armor that doesn't weigh.
Right, they're getting stuck with the cheapest dollar government contract,
government cheese,
which is super steel. They're wearing these heavy things, and here, if you spent an extra $300 on your soldier, you get them lightweight body armor.
Where you're not sweating,
where you're not dying just from hauling this body armor all over the battlefield, including all the ammo.
Yeah, you have to wear that.
You have to wear it. So instead of just giving it to the lowest $1 contract,
for real,
give it to the next like $2 up. Just spend a little more for our body armor for our troops.
I mean, it's for our guys. Yeah, you'd think it would be something that'd be top of the priority, top of the list, but
you're a military brat.
Oh yeah, and my father, he was a Apache pilot, and he passed sadly from leukemia that was work related because they were living in such shitty conditions essentially for so long.
As an Apache pilot.
Over in Afghanistan and Kuwait. And when he came back, it was Afghanistan, but one of the guys in his unit had like 2% kidney function, and my dad came back with leukemia, and another guy came back with it was like Yeah, it was just
guys were coming down with stuff.
Guys were just dropping, and these
What year was that?
chief warrant officers. This was 2005.
No kidding.
So that was like right in the shit.
I'm so sorry.
No, you know, it happens.
I love you.
It's,
I just want you to know that.
No, I feel you. Yeah, dude. No, for real.
He's with my dad.
I feel you. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I see it. You know,
my dad got a whole bunch of Agent Orange in his body.
You know, and it's nothing like that they did that could have prevented any of that. That's the government.
Maybe they could have not used depleted uranium.
Right? Yeah. Well, but I'm saying like our guys. Like,
I know.
We could have done. Yeah.
I guess we could just go off on the negatives, but we want to keep this positive
totally.
vibes.
Yeah, no, right.
And I just wanted to say that I'm a military brat. You're a military brat. If you're a military brat that wants to do war games and come out and fight with us, dude, we're we're your huckleberries.
Exactly. I mean, like I kind of joke. It's almost like we're a little bit of like the best recruiting tool because you come out and you get to run around. You get a lot of the fun without the push-ups, and then you decide if you want the push-ups. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the salutes.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to. Yeah, exactly.
Then go right ahead and join up, dude. And we got friends that fight with us.
Oh yeah, our guy. I want to name drop Chad really quick. Our boy Wilkins is he's in full OCP now. He's completely signed up. He's an X. Yeah, he just got that contract.
He's going to be going in as an 18X, which is a Green Beret candidate.
Yeah, dude. He's doing intelligence.
And tell me how that's not. Yeah, I think he's 35F in Foxtrot, but he's got an 18X option.
Yeah, something like that. It's intelligence.
But it's Utah Army National Guard. Yeah. And so, the Utah Army National Guard are huge supporters of Airsoft.
Oh, no, they're like, they're my best friends. Yeah,
not only as
awesome.
a recruiting tool, but these guard guys that work every other weekend doing their guard duty, they want to come out and fight and kind of stay frosty and fresh.
Oh, keep your trigger pulling, man.
So they come out and fight with us. So when these guys are out there and they might be dogging on Airsoft because they might shoot real guns or whatever, they're talking to active military, former military, active police, former firefighters.
Oh yeah,
these guys are all out there fighting with us, lawyers. And you also have to remember people who people who play Airsoft. Two of our lawyers fight Airsoft with us.
No, he came in today. I saw how
Law Dog.
Law Dog today.
Law Dog came in. Law Dog, what's up, Law Dog? That's our attorney right there.
He brings me tacos.
But what better to have an attorney who knows Airsoft?
Oh, I know, really though, because I mean, he's even helped me out with. We've gotten some crazy venues before that we've had to look into,
and he helps with.
And he helps us
clearing it out, dude.
Yeah,
and he airsofts, and he's like, it's in my best interest to help these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
We love you, Law Dog. That's just the truth, okay? And Law Dog runs a team up in northern Utah, the Brethren of the Coast. I think is what the name is. And
something like that,
and he's hardcore. Again, all these guys can make perfect guesses.
Oh, yeah, really. No,
I should have Law Dog on as talking law and attorney stuff. You know, not really giving advice. I should have a hypnosis on.
That'd be funny.
We should get a hypnotist on.
That'd be great.
Just to be like, you're driving your truck really slow right now. ASMR.
You gotta get closer to the mic.
So close. Xander, I love you, bro. I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks for being on Rad Gear with me, sponsored by Crate Club and the Loadout Room, and you, the listener. If it wasn't for you and Zach over there wouldn't be any of us. So, Zach, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate everyone that listens. And go ahead and comment down below and let me know if you want me to interview someone special or if you have a comment that you want me to talk about. And I'll catch you later on the flip side. All right, peace.